Welcome back to another tips and pros guide to making a better CSGO player. Now, as you can tell, I don't really have much to say. I just play for fun, really. But if you're starting from CSGO like rank 1, don't even have a rank in competitive, let me show you down to the basics here. Basically, when you get in here, this home button takes you to this main menu. This right here, these are advertisements. Nobody cares about advertisements. Nobody. This right here, more advertisements. Nobody cares about advertisements. However, there is this thing called championships. Now, if you're wondering what exactly CSGO is, it's basically a multiplayer online shooter. Not massive MMO, but standard. Basically, if you know Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, CSGO is basically the most standard platform of that, without perks, anything special. You've probably seen that in previous videos. If not, this is your first time, welcome. This game is great. You can buy it $20 right off of Steam and Steam Allowed, but you can go to g2a.coms and you can buy it for cheaper. I have a link in my Twitch where you can click on that, and it gives me a little bonus to when you buy the game, which helps out. To me, it does nothing against you, it just helps me out because it says I sold something to you, or made you feel that you could buy something and have fun with it. Which, according to this game, if you like shooters, yeah, this is a great game. So of course there are updates, there's blogs, it tells you everything about this game. Now you're probably saying, okay, it's a shooter, it's a whatchamacallit. What's so special about it compared to Call of Duty? Well, it's got a community, it's got screenshots, it's got artwork, it's got videos, it's got workshops. Workshops are basically based around maps, videos, skins. I mean, sure, you can customize your gun or whatever, and you can get achievements like you do in this game, and you can also get a rank. You can also level up, but you already have everything at the beginning. Everything you gain for this game stays with you, except for your competitive rank and anything you trade on the global market. Now, those of you who are wondering what Chrome cases are, Chrome cases are probably the most effective way to find an expensive item on the market as of today. However, cases, all in general, are extremely risky, and in fact are highly recommended to be only used by people who love gambling. In fact, I recommend no one buys cases. It only supports CSGO through Valve, and so on and so forth. If anything, this is a community-based game that is sponsored by many places. People from all sorts of countries. We're talking about Norway, we're talking about Finland, we're talking Africa. We're talking Africa, Central America, Europe, South America, North America, Asia, East, South, West, North, any kind of Asia. Maybe even the Antarctic one day. Till then, this is a very popular game. 10 million people played last month. And I can tell you, there are probably 1 billion copies of this game that were probably sold. Now, the rules to this game are the same as Call of Duty. You shouldn't be a jerk. You'll get reported. Bing bada boom. Don't be a hacker. Don't do things just to be a jerk. Trolling is a little more is less effective in this game, but it's just as annoying. If you're interested about the community, right here is where you want to go. You're interested in professional players, players that are beyond the comprehension of actual skill. These kind of players, these are champions right here. And there's more than one champion. You're wondering how much... So what? They have championships. Who doesn't have championships? Well, these championships are extremely expensive. Expensive as in the prizes are amazing. People from all other countries, specifically Sweden, compete in major events all around the world, right here, to gain prize money, which is basically you're probably wondering to yourself, well, why would a country sponsor CSGO? It increases tourism. It increases attraction to the game through advertisements. It's basically like making a whole new TV show. It's like making a whole TV show. That's what's so great about this. And it's all competitive. This is pretty much a guide to tell you everything about CSGO. Friends, right here. You can get your friends from anywhere on here that play CSGO. Anybody who plays CSGO will be listed on here. Anybody, if you don't have any friends, I suggest going to Twitch. Check for silver stars or people with extremely low views, and hang out with them. Ask them if they need some assistance, they want some help. They hang with you, you hang with them, and it's a party. You won't always get the best player, but you aren't the best player when you begin, as you can tell. How many matches does it normally take to get to the maximum rank in this game? Well, it takes like I don't know, it takes about I forget what it was, but I think it was like it was a lot of hours to get to this. It would basically take you like half a year to reach the maximum rank here if you played every day. Right here, it isn't the matches. The amount of matches you win doesn't tell you what your rank is. It's the amount of matches you win consecutively and how high your carry was, how many people you killed, your kill-death ratio, and your assistance ratio, your score through assistance and demolitions, and vice versa. The maximum you can get on here is Global Elite. The least you would get in here is no rank. People who win every match for at least 50 matches, every match in a row, are almost guaranteed to reach global at some point. But like me, people will get joined up with other people who are silvers and are supposed to be silvers. They're not supposed to upgrade. So sometimes you often get in situations when you start at silver where you have to, quote, carry the team. But sometimes you're the one being carried. So it's often appropriate to increase your training. Now you're probably saying, this is really boring. I don't care. What would make this game interesting to me at all? Well, aside from gambling, you can have custom features to your guns. Custom skins. You bring it, your custom name is displayed as a username on here. You can play with friends, shoot them in the face, various vice versa things. But some people don't like the regular routine of CSGO. I mean, if you don't like CSGO for what it is, you can always go to browse the community servers that are run by other players. These servers are sometimes, on a very rare chance, risky, but they're normally always approved. or pre-approved. Once they are pre-approved, you'll find people who are way better than you, people who belong in professional games, but just play it for fun. Sometimes you find the weirdest servers and you love them. You just become all about that server. And that's what browsing community servers is all about. Finding a server that fits you. Unless you like this game for what it is. Now, right here is weapons course. This is a tutorial. I recommend you go to it if you are starting out CSGO. Most people can pass this test without a single concern on their head. But I recommend anybody who even remotely wants to be not angry as all could be, go for this test. Now, those of you who don't like playing with friends, don't have friends, don't want to play online, can't play offline, can't play online, offline bots. You can set them to any map, any mode. Basically, the descriptions are below the proposing thing here. Friendly fire just means you can kill your own. Friendly fire when on means you can kill your own teammates. Team collision on basically means anybody who dies on your team on team collision dies for the entire round of the game. Until next round. There are a total of 16 rounds you have to win in a row in competitive to win. But those of you who say, I don't want to go on a server, I don't have online access all the time, I want to work on my skills, okay? I don't want people to know how bad I really am, and I'm sick of dying all the time. I will just want a private place to increase my abilities in CSGO. That's fine. We have stuff for that too. Welcome to the workshop. You can go on the workshop page where basically CSGO players just like you use programs and software that are amazing. They make maps, they make shooting ranges, they make bots, they make guns. It's stuff that you couldn't even imagine until you see it for your very own eyes. If you have any troubles, simply just click on here. Boom. You suddenly have that map in your system. I'll show you right here. See? Boom, right there. You don't want it? That's good. Boom. You don't have it anymore. Now, why do I have the maps that I have? Well, that's a good question. Maps right here are maps that I've been trying out ever since I started CSGO. These maps right here, I don't know if they've been edited or not, but they are basically maps to help you get achievements on the game. They're somewhat, I would consider them somewhat cheatsy-doodly, but honestly, you will reach your achievements at some point. And achievements mean nothing in CSGO. Nobody looks at your achievements, and nobody cares about your achievements. Only you care about your achievements. And that's what matters. So, there are kind of all sorts of maps you can play. You can play kniving maps, you can play achievement gaining maps, you can play FPS benchmark maps. You can even through here, ooh, wrong one. You can even through here, right here, crosshairs. Generate a specific crosshair for yourself. A specific crosshair that will increase your ability to shoot. Now, let me show you what I mean. Everybody goes here. Everybody. Anybody who's a cool guy, a dumb guy, he goes here. Because here you can get a specific crosshair that you love, you like, and really fits the way you are. I recommend that you have, when you play CSGO, that you have very low settings if you have bad internet connection. If your ping exceeds 200 in any game, it's unlikely that you'll be okay in competitive as you think you will be.
We are out of here.
So right here, you can go on this website, blah blah. You don't have to, really shouldn't. It's another gambling site. Everybody loves gambling because it gets them money, not other people. Okay, so right here are professional players that submitted their own types of crosshairs. This is the team's crosshair right here. These are the crosshairs this team uses. Actual names, actual players, actual teams, actual professionals submit what their crosshair looks like on here. Sometimes they're just copies though. Right here, you can go through experimental ones donated by the programs of other people. If you need an easier option, right here. Now you're probably saying, what are top donators? People that donate to the website, pretty much, or that help with the website. That's why they have their own thing. Now, by clicking on it, by shooting it, you click on it and you obtain that crosshair. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my crosshair. What makes a good crosshair is a crosshair that makes you feel like you're going to shoot accurately, tells you if you are shooting accurately, tells you the spray radius of your firing shot, and looks cool. You need a crosshair that convinces you that you are confident that your shot will shoot where the crosshair meets. That is what a crosshair is for. So you might as well make it that way. Now you're probably saying, I don't like any of these options. None of them. No. Not even this really cool one. I don't even think that's cool. You go here. Customize it. By shooting this, you increase its abilities. You can increase this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. You can change maps. Tell you what they look like from a standpoint view. You can select what color it is. Cool, ain't it? There's no real processing. All you gotta do is just download it. And you go here, try out the crosshair. Boom. See, some of these characters are like kind of trolls. The ones that are moving. They're probably saying, what is that? It's basically just an Easter egg that they like to use. It's supposed to be a chicken with AKs. It's supposed to be a funny Easter egg joke. You can shoot here, practice out your sniping. You don't like it? Too bad, I'm gonna see it some more.
My name is Chicken.
cool Easter eggs, alright? Press clear. This basically right here is an area where you can it basically tells you where your bullets go when you spray them. Crouching increases your accuracy. Going back and forth decreases it. Standing still keeps it at a normal pace. For prolonged periods of time, changes it and varies it. Honestly, those of you who are not 13 above or 18 shouldn't be playing this game as much as you think. In fact, it contains very vulgar language, and in fact, incites very rude commentary, conflictions with hackers, and it's just best you get into things of your age group when you start things. But if you really think you're mature enough to handle multiplayer online shooters like CSGO, then I suggest you go at it. But you should respect and be nice to the people you play with, or they're not going to play with you, even in the future. And some people don't forget. So, right here, once you have everything set out, increasing your specific crosshair, boom, you can go here, go to skins, darkness, go to random generation, crosshair, restore crosshair, default crosshair, you go back to default. Now, those of you who, quote, say don't have a chance to go on this website, don't want to go on this website, well, you can go onto your settings. Boom. You can go to how to play basic tutorials. There is an Xbox edition. It's awesome. You can go to game settings, increase your settings to the way you want it, the way you need it. You go to your keyboard settings, set it to the bind that you like. Now, those of you who want a better shot, I suggest setting your mouse sensitivity to a sensitivity where it allows you to look at something. Now, say, look at this target. I want you to find a target like this and keep your crosshair on it. In a 180-degree fashion, I want you to swing back and forth. You decrease your sensitivity or increase your sensitivity to make sure you can keep your crosshair features like this completely. Now, sometimes mine's a little whacked up, but I'm too used to it to give up on it. You'll feel that way about your sensitivity at some point. You can always change it. Sometimes it's pretty much about balancing speed between reaction time. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I talk about the sensitivity of your mouse? Well, the sensitivity of your mouse is basically your ability to shoot accurate in some cases. When you flick, quote, go to a direction and aim at it immediately and attack it, you want to make sure that you land on it properly. When you have a high sensitivity, you're likely to go like this. You know, like this. You can't go like that. If you have a low sensitivity, it's like it's too slow to reach the target in time. You have to find a balance between those two to fit you. Now, we also got call vote systems. Now, most CSGO players actually don't care and don't even know about this feature, and I in fact wish people would. But if you have concerns about your players, your team, you can always change teams, unless you're in competitive or casual, to a different team. And if you're really concerned about a specific player, you can call swap teams, scramble teams, restart match, blah, blah, yada, yada, right here. If you are concerned, however, about the rate of other maps, you can go on here. Boom, shaka boom. The map you are on, here you are. Any maps related, any tutorials you can find on here. Any maps you go to, tutorials. Boom. Highly recommended. Now, some of you are saying, I like the conveniency of picking up my weapon to shoot things. But what if I'm just a guy who only wants to carry a pistol, not pick up a weapon? Well, you can easily go to your settings. Oh, wrong. I'm so used to pressing B. You can easily go to your settings, yada yada, go to game settings, and you can basically go here. You can go, let's see here, where is it? Secondary fire. Right here. Item options. Pick up, weapon on, drop. If I turn this off, watch. Boom. See? For some reason, this map doesn't like that, which is weird. Now, I suggest if you're FPS, quote, FPS up here to the top right of your screen that you'll probably see one day, I suggest going down to here, increasing the settings. Resolution, the lower you go, the faster your FPS is, tremendously increases. You should usually do it on a computer monitor, depending on your settings. Aspect ratios doesn't really matter unless you have a specific way of viewing something. Most people put their screens into full screen because it gives them a, it allows their eyes to have a full view of something. It adds a little more excitement to the game. But for those of you who want to see everything in one go, you can easily set it to Windows or full screen window. Right here, my settings are all high, but that's because I enjoy the game the way it looks. Your game still looks good even when settings are low. And yada yada. Go here, bada boom, bada boom. Anything you need done, you want done, you feel is necessary, you can go there and customize it right on your amazing, and I mean quote amazing, help settings, game settings, boom. Anything you need to change about your mouse or your keyboard, boom, right here. Anything you hate about your FPS or your ping, sometimes ping is not related to your FPS, but your internet connection. And sometimes you're stuck with what you have. But boom, video settings, if you need to increase it. Audio settings, if you hate that really annoying noise in the background. That music. That boom, that stinking music. Now you're probably saying, why do I have the music off? Well, music off basically allows me to hear the footsteps. Fire bullets, anything. It allows me to hear anything and everything much better, more accurately, and more on time. This way I can play better and competitive. And it's kind of annoying to me. Now you're probably saying, well, I have a couple questions. What if, perhaps, I don't like, I don't like my team. Well, right there. Boom. Cheats. Now they're not cheats, they're console commands. They're commands that go beyond your selection unit. You can't select to kill yourself, but in the console you can give a command to kill yourself. Typing in a single letter will show you options. You can use these options on any offline map and any map that is a private server that you own, or a server that is given permission for you to go to. You can use these commands basically at any private server is what I'm saying. I'm not sure about You can use them on, there are specific commands that you can use on online servers. These commands include kill, which normally kills yourself, and you can, well, basically look up the rest if you want to learn more very interesting ways to play this game. Now, you're probably wondering why people open up their console, like boom, like that. You think it's kind of annoying, but to them it's a good way to tell when you receive damage, from whom, for how much. Bada bing, bada boom. Tells you why you aren't getting achievements. Boom, that's why. If there's a problem in the server, it'll turn red. It'll tell you right here. Boom. Boom. See? And that's what basically makes you a great player, is you know everything now. And you're probably saying, stats, do they really matter? No, but I'm not really even sure if people can look at your stats. But these are my stats right here if you ever get concerned or curious about the authenticity of my playing skill. Now, I don't actually choose Dust 2. Dust 2 is just so common to people that I play on it all the time, which is annoying. These are miscellaneous facts. Last match, first match, facts. You go on here, achievements to increase. Do achievements matter? Should you go after achievements? No, they don't really matter. But I would recommend going after them, because going after achievements basically increases your skill in that achievement. If you do that achievement legitly, instead of using a map or a hack or some kind of silly way to get an advantage into that achievement, that though pointless makes you feel successful whenever you look at it. Dedicating time to getting achievements legitimately is important. It may seem like bullcrap to you, but in the event that, per se, you don't have enough money in a comp match, and you need to find a weapon, the only person that you killed, or person that died next to you, has a Negev. You've never used a Negev, because all you did was cheat for your achievements. Well, it's time to learn. But if you did learn your achievements, you can kick butt like a machine gun. I also got videos on gun reviews. Not gun reviews, just musical gun reviews. Something that you can look at, understand from a visual perspective. Physical perspective comes much later. You can press E to pick up weapons. Right mouse to look at them. Control to crouch for better accuracy. Boom, boom, boom. All these things mean nothing to you. Is that right? You just happy that I showed you a crosshair thing? Is that right? Well, you're a dingus, because I got more to show you, and you're gonna love it. Not because I say you will, but because I know you will. Now let's go to my next favorite type of map. We're going to go to practice maps. Practice maps are something I recommend you go to before any... Now, I'm going to go to these maps. Doesn't matter where you go, offline or online. If you go to Workshop, it's always a private match that only you can go to, unless you invite a friend. Now, this is a custom map. You can play it with your friends. These are achievement maps. Okay, achievement maps. This is a reflex map, a training map. Achievement maps, which I gotta get rid of sometime. Friend maps. Maps that you can play with your friends. Maps that you can play with your friends. Achievement map. It's a training map. Sometimes doesn't always work, training map. an opera map, co-op maps, training map for basically Dust 2, or for that door experience that you've always been failing at, but you want to get better at. And right here is what we call, it's a thing that's very popular. You'll see other CSGO players play it, or people who just like to play it. It's called Surfmaster. It's difficult to learn. I can teach you if you ask of it, but I'm sure you can just look it up, other than me, because I'm a noob at it. You can go, this is a great site, 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 but this is the best site. This is the best site to increase your accuracy, aim, and reaction time. However, you want to go here to grenades. To grenades or related grenade things to increase your accuracy in grenade throwing. Because there are four things that make a CSGO player great. His communication, his accuracy, and precision. His accuracy and precision fire shots. His grenading. Let's see here. His grenading. Oh yeah, excuse me. Sorry. But you know what I mean. How long until this video's over? Well, you might want to sit down for this because I got a whole book to show you. Should I make a book on this? I could. I probably would. You could buy them on Google Plus, Amazon, or some weird place. But who likes reading these days, you know? You're like 10, you go to school, you have to hang with friends, and you have a hobby and a sports life. Like, who has time to read books anymore? It's difficult. That's why I got quick, easy videos to teach you everything through physical manners and audio manners.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Without any figuring out. So, this right here is Training Aim CSGO 2 Custom. It's by brought to you by CS Bets. Now, this game is very these are the guns that you can select. I personally will select the AK. You can go here to select the pistols. You can start the match, you can turn off the match. If you don't want to use the button, or there's a button problem, you can kind of crouch jump. So you jump, you crouch in midair, and you kind of stick to it. But I would normally recommend these sides because they're stickier and they allow you to do things. Right now it's highlighted, which means it's selected to. And classic, fast aiming. Now what is fast aiming? Boom. See? I suck at it. Right here you can increase the size of it. Even a head. But you get the gist. Increase it to 42. In case you really suck at this game, get some starter weapons. Do I recommend this? Not really. It's kind of for people who are really new to this. You can do this in degrees. I suggest you can do it in degrees. You could start from the top to the bottom, move to heads. But I like to work on heads because it really gets me ahead of the game. You know, I'm kind of a guy who likes to work hard on things. You can select the vision of it. Say, ooh, I don't like whatever that color is. Oh wait. What make it? See? You get what I mean? Now you can go to shots. How many shots you get fired on that thing before it disappears? Boom. You can never reach it in time. Now you're probably saying, oh, I can't reach it in time. What do you guys do? Settings that can make it. Quote, rotates linear only. You can have settings that say rotate. You got settings that can do all of these at the same time. You got settings that give the amount of times you get the amount of times this thing pops up. 100. I press that. It'll do it 100 times. This is how long it'll take until it switches to a new one. Random, basically, it selects between these two. It doesn't mean it'll select it for you. Now, right here, statistical durations, linear durations. Basically, these are just the settings on these things. How fast you want to go, how crazy you want to go, blah, blah, blah. Now let's go to angle sliding. Now, this is a very different setting. This is the same settings that you can do here. The faster you go, the better results you get. Right here, sliding, angle. You want it sliding, or you want it at angles? Let's show you sliding. Some settings don't work in this game. It's very interesting about things. But just know you should work with angles. Don't judge it, don't talk about it, just do it. Okay? Easy schmeezy, lemon squeezy. Reflex training. Now you're gonna hate this one quite a lot actually. This gives you how many tries you can try to do this. Say, right here is the fastest setting ever. This is the fastest reflex training time ever recorded in CSGO history. Right? Now you're probably saying, what is reflex timing? Well, the average human's reflex reaches 20.25. That is the average reflex expectancy for a human being. However, people who train their expectancy can expect results very, very slowly, but very surely. And once you become a professional, you can easily do 15. And you're probably saying, what's the difference between 15 and 0.34, 0.30 this? Well, let me show you. You gotta wait till it brightens up. See? Too fast for me. Now let me show you this. Smeezy, squeezy. See what I mean? Doing this increases your chance that you'll shoot somebody from that door that pops out of flipping nowhere and shoots you in the face. That increases your chances of, defending yourself. Burst. Boom, 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 boom. Right? That's how many times you're allowed to miss. You just go as high as you think you can go. Reach the heavens. Okay. Now, here's intensive. Sometimes settings get it. Right here is intensive fast aiming. That's really annoying. Slowest time. 150. We'll give you an easy setting. Boom, boom. So, you know, as you go, 15. Okay. I like Silkwood, right? This basically increases not only your reaction time, but your angle and fast aiming time. This is basically the combination of all 3 and 4 if you adjust the time shot all into this little packet right here. So instead of focusing on all these little tiny things, you can just focus on this. I want this. I want to go for headshots only. I want to be like MLB Pro, bro. So sometimes aiming for the stars doesn't really work, right? I just want to give it a landing. If I can do it, you guys can do it. You're probably saying, well, okay, I like this map and whatnot. It's cool. It's got pretty much every gun you'll ever need, and it's the greatest ever. But, is it actually better than deathmatch or bots? Yes, actually. Basically, just think of all the times that you would waste. Just think of all the time that you would waste dying, respawning, dying again, just to make that shot, to make that reflex. When you could do it here in a matter of nanoseconds, milliseconds, instantly, with a flick of the switch, you can do it at random. Boom, random. Respawn, whatever. Right? Boom. You suddenly have the entire deathmatch to your setting. Boom. The possibilities of endless with situations in deathmatch. You'll never be ready for any one. But in here, you can be ready for the general. And that is what's important. Not all players play this game. But that's why when you play it, you'll be good. Polka dots. But yeah, this is better than bots. This is better than deathmatch. Are there any maps better than this? That's a good question. I've debated on that. My answer is no. There are no maps better than this if you are working on accuracy, time reaction, and of course angling and surprise attacks. Especially since you provided every weapon in the game ever installed and kept at this moment. Professional use and non-professional use. Now you probably said, now let's bring up the issue, the GCS G4 or the Scar 20. Now, why do people hate this gun? Well, basically imagine this. Could you imagine dying from that? That's ridiculously OP, right? Oh, you don't think so? Well, basically, boom, you're dead. You hear that? You hear that? Boom. Dead. Shot in the head, boom, dead instantly. It's not like, people prefer the op because it's more legit. It's easier to get a one-kill shot. Why is this gun not banned considering these guns? Because these guns are so much easier to get kills in. But why don't people use them? Because they're too easy. People like to live the hard way in games. Okay? Saying that you live the hard way in a game isn't nothing until you actually show them. That's when you pull out this bad boy or these bad boys right here. If you want to go, every gun's different though. Now you're probably saying to yourself, I'm talking too much. I say too much. I saying too much. Now let's bring up issues about weapons later, okay? Just know that for every map has a specific weapon choice, class, and range ability, all based on its strength, channeling, and yada yada. Vice versa, you know the call. Now let's go and check out that other map that we were looking at a while ago. Just so you guys are wondering, now I can't crucialize this enough.
Let's go have some fun.
Every map's different. You may like it, you may hate it now. Now this map's basically the same, only it gives you a certain thing that I like more than any other game. What is it? It's this. Basically go like this. And you're probably saying, oh, that's nothing. That's already so simple. You could probably see the JavaScript itself. It's so simple. Well, you know what? Watch this. Boom! They're popping up in places where you would normally need a sniper, right? But they're not that easy to reach to, are they? Not as easy as you thought. Oh, you think that's still too easy? We'll come up here to my fire line. Oh, it doesn't even work, does it? Well, imagine to yourself, you're using this thing. You're not just using this thing. You're using it. Like this. The faster you can do this, the faster you are, the better you are. That's how I put it. Now, there's a technique that you should work on to increase your accuracy in any game setting. In case you don't have the time, you don't have the reasoning skills, you don't even want to die. Basically, lock your mouse onto something. There's no real command for it. I just mean put your mouse on it and keep your mouse on it. For instance, this target right here. I'll keep my mouse on it. Alright? Keep your mouse on it. Now, when you're doing this, I want you to shoot at it. You're probably saying, well, it's kind of inaccurate. Why would it matter if it shoots it or not? Well, it doesn't. But it gives you a relative idea of what happens when you're so far away and so close away about how easy it is to shoot from a distance. Does this waste ammo? Technically, yes. But in competitive, you're more likely to die before you run out of ammo. It's a very true story. And these target ranges are basically for you to increase your time, speed, and reaction through a very manual way. Nothing fancy. And then you can just check out how you did, blah blah blah. You know, you did terrible. Boom, boom, boom. And bada bing. You know if you're good or not, you know? Alright. Now we'll talk about guns, penetration, into windows, silencers, pistols, everything when I get back to us on our next video. This was a video tutorial about maps. Maps you should use, maps you should have, and abilities and tips and tricks to increase your accuracy of your weapon firing skills. Particularly. Thanks for watching, and